Now, Warrior, last night on the Footy Show, a story about John Platten and one of his offspring. I'll get you to go over it again, because I think it's a great story. And then I just want to ask the footy director at Hawthorn where he sits.
Yeah, it involves a son of John Platten. His name is James Stewart. He coincidentally has the same name and surname as James Stewart, who is much more touted as being a very high pick. He's going to go probably Collingwood father-son. So James Stewart, Hawthorn has became aware about 2-3 years ago that this James Stewart in question was a son of John Platten. John Platten lives in Adelaide, married, family in Adelaide. James Stewart's mother's Melbourne. John, as we know, Brownlow medalist, played his career for Hawthorn in Melbourne. It's a situation that arose 3 years ago when Oakley Chargers, who is the club which James Stewart plays for, became aware that he is John Platten's son, and Hawthorn has been aware for that time and has been looking very closely at him. All right,
I've got a two-part question on this. First, I'll leave the chief for a minute. Mark Stevens has written a story on the back page of the small paper. Now, no attribution to you and your great...
Isn't there? No.
Not one mention of the Footy Show.
Given I spoke to Steve, and he's a good friend of Triple M's at maybe 10 o'clock last night and gave him all the detail to it. You might have thought there might have been something there.
He has pilfered that whole story.
Come on, Steve-o.
Written it under his byline.
Damo.
With not one attribution at all.
Damo.
Ordinary effort.
Damo, as a journalist, you know it's kill or be killed out there. And you take your story when you can get it.
No, but when the Herald Sun complains about not an attribution from other outlets, we'll cop it, boys, because they do it regularly.
Did Mark Stevens know about this story when you spoke to him?
No, he had no idea. He rang me, asked me details to it.
No idea at all.
And we like Steve-o. We like Steve-o.
Well, we do, but come on.
He's a good fella, and he's part of the Triple M team. You just spoke of loyalty a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm loyal to him, but he knows very well.
He's strafing another one,
He knows very well there should have been attribution to the purple-headed Warrior on that, and there wasn't. He tried to claim that as his own.
Can we keep a tally? Matthew Richardson, Dennis Committee, now Mark Stevens. We need to keep a list of who the Wolf is destroying.
We need to break, guys.
Hey, Steve-o, come on, man. Now listen, you.
We're done, mate. We need a break.
We're going to a break.
We are, Guess. You've got something before we go quickly?
No, we're done.
You're next up.
He's a little grumpy tonight, the Lonewolf, Garry Lyon.
This is a bit of not a personal question, but your eyesight as a footy player. I know you wear glasses. Did you have an issue with it when you were playing footy?
Yeah, I did. I had the laser surgery done at the end of '99, and just from a playing point of view, it just helped my football so much. Instead of kicking the ball, I think every year I was getting less with distance in my kicking. I'm not the longest kick anyway, but by the end I think I was kicking 15 metres. But after that surgery I got to see the scoreboard and who was down the field, and I extended my kick to about 40, which was probably about my distance.
Now, Chief's just belting me because he thinks I'm having a crack at you. My point of my question is, Sean Hampson.
What are you doing?
Over the summer months, I believe, had some corrective laser surgery, and I thought his performance was the best I've seen him play on the weekend. He was judging the ball well, he was straightening you up. I think it was significant.
Yep, spot on, Gaz.
Nice.
Well done. You got the clip and you got the message. Well played.
Gaz, where are Carlton at, just quickly as we get to our next break? Are they top four, Chad?
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very convincing. I think they came in and timed their run. They weren't absolutely cherry ripe. I thought they were really convincing last week. So they'll be there.
Richmond last week?
Yep,
you did.
Yeah, I didn't think
all of a sudden Carlton's a dead set top four after you tipped against them.
No, I think, and if you had listened, which is an inability of yours I'm going to talk to you about, Brett said they've taken a lot out of Geelong and they're all about getting it right at the right end of the year. They think they ran out of steam towards the end of the year. Warrior?
Yes.
You want me to ask this now? Or
you got 36 seconds, Garry.
Have you ever thought about laser surgery? No, hey, it's an obvious...
Getting personal again, so hang on, add Warrior to the list.
It's an obvious follow-up question to the discussion.
Richo, Dennis Committee, Mark Stevens, now Warrior.
He's got a touch of the Andy Mars about him at the moment, the purple-headed Warrior. As we welcome back to Triple M Footy for the first time this evening, number one caller in radio, as voted by us, James Brayshaw is with us. Good evening, Jim.
Yeah, I am. I'm on. I'll tell you what I've been doing, Chief. That's wandering out the back, just saying hello to people, being nice. And I've run into some people who are filthy with us. I don't know why, because I didn't hear the hour that we've just put to air, other than that I know it was very good. But Dennis Committee, just breezed past me like I wasn't even there.
Didn't see Richo, did you?
Richo gave
boy.
me nothing as I was standing out the back. I've got a missed call from Mark Stevens who wanted a piece of me.
The Wolf's been on a strafing mission.
Hasn't missed too many, Jim. We've got James Brayshaw, of course, as I just said. Jason Dunstall's here. Garry Lyon, Damien Barrett, the Triple M Friday rub team on a Thursday
What have you been doing,
night.
Gareth? Have you got your chest, shoulders pinned back?
Come on with something better than that, Jim. You've had an hour off. Don't just pile in there. I mean, you're...
Garry, I've just walked past them
arguably-
all, and they've all given me the eyebrow that suggests they're not Triple M friendly.
That'd have more to do with you than me, I would have thought.
Well,
What's happening tonight, Gary?
no,
You're,
just-
you're,
yes,
you're
he's
good before 6 o'clock.
truculent.
It's a box, I think. No air.
You're in a good mood at 5 to 6, and no, you're not.
It's chief when I have to sit
Oh, come on, mate. Happy Chief's all good, and you're just angry Wolf
Hey,
today.
I haven't got not one problem in the world. You blokes are trying to make something out of nothing, and I'm just telling you what's going on. That's
You've potted a few.
Just picking them off.
I'll
tonight.
tell you what happened to me today, right? I got to the airport and I parked my car. And just as I parked my car, a man in one of those fluoro green vests wandered by me. He said, Jim, how you going? I said, I'm good, thanks, mate. Yourself? He said, last I tried to text you. This is without a word of a lie. I said, I tried to text you.
Who?
This is the bloke in the car park at the... because he said, last time you dropped your car out here, this is his exact words, the Wolf dropped his 5 minutes later. And he said Wolf had 101.9 on his radio. I said, I beg your pardon. He said to me, he said Wolf was listening to Fox.
Well, it must have been between 4 and 6.
I said, you've got to be joking.
Well, I'm normally a bit of a 101.1 there.
No rush hour for you, Wolf.
I'm a devotee. Someone has to have been driving my car.
Well, I like the two things. Firstly,
Hey, what
just how
about this
randomly
bloke?
you went with a wolf. And secondly, he's just tipped you into listening to the under 25s, which I thought Garry was very humorous.
Well, that's an invasion of privacy.
I
Jim.
know.
I want to
Garry,
talk to that
it was
bloke.
so good I had to share it.
No, I liked it. I just wrote down the 8 names in the midfield, Chief. I want you to come up with a better 8 than Judd Murphy, Scotland, Simpson, Carazzo, Gibbs, Curnow, Lucas.
Very good, very good. I think if you went through Collingwood and Geelong, you'd probably come up with a similar list, but that's their strength.
It's deep, isn't it?
There's no doubt about that. And it's interesting watching the role of Gibbs as well, because he's one that can marshal defence so well and be the transition key, bringing the ball from defence into attack. And you need those half-backs that can actually use the ball, not only execute, but also make good decisions. So it kind of... You'd love to play him in the midfield, but you think we need types like him at half-back. But look, they've got great depth in the midfield, and they will certainly test Brisbane's midfield. There's no doubt about that.
You've listed 8 there, Garry, but really it's only...
I have, Damien. That's what I said.
Well,
8.
it's really only 6, isn't it? Because and apart from Curnow's
Warriors
performance...
turned on
How
you.
many is that?
Apart from
Count
Curnow's
that for
performance last week,
8.
you would not have thrown him in that mix, and Lucas hasn't done enough to be considered amongst the best going around.
Oh.
So it's really only 6, isn't it?
Hang on, let me count.
No, I'll consider there's 8, Garry.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Read them
8.
out again for us, Garry.
Well, let's go with
Another-
6
another
because
rift.
it's a very, very, very good 6, but I think the 7th and 8th there...
I think Laces has broken free from Wolf, and he said, you know what? I'm off you as well.
It's not your list, so get out. Just because I said you should have tried laser correction, don't get
No, but
shooting.
Curnow and Lucas, Garry, come on.
But
It's watered it down a bit, let's face it.
That's my point, Warrior. You haven't... Usually you grasp what I'm saying better than anyone else, but you haven't quite got your head
I
around
should
it.
have stuck with 6, I think, Garry, and your argument might have been okay.
Yeah, but that's why they go deep, and these two boys are the emerging two. you
That's
see.
what they are.
So they're part of the 8. Well, they're part of my 8, Damien.
Okay.
I think it cut deep when you mentioned Andy
Well,
Marr and Damien Barrett.
You mentioned
That's what
Andy
actually
Marr.
you did.
You wrote it down and told me to say.
Oh, hasn't Duke just fitted in?